all of the big boys won this past weekend over in La Liga, which now leaves a very familiar looking top of the table. But what's going to happen this week? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We take a look at match number 21 over in La Liga, and we'll get to that. Oh, yes, we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, get your back with all things Blackburn Rovers related. La Liga related, boom, we're going to know here. Underwater, that's right, both Madrid's, Barcelona and Sevilla, all keeping up the heat and getting the wins this past weekend to, of course, remain in the top four. But what about the chasing pack and down below? We'll take a look at all of that in just a minute. Of course, a big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are, the VIP gang behind the bloody scenes. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I'm not just saying it. I do really value your support behind the scenes. It shows that you appreciate this clown getting up each and every day, ploughing through the mud, and of course delivering the goods. Over 10 divisions, plus Rovers content, plus Champions League, all the stuff. It's a slog sometimes, but because of you guys, I'm very, very happy to keep on doing it. But anyway, let's jump in the deep end. Anyway, of course, if you are interested yourselves in becoming the latest member of the gang, there is a link down there to show your appreciation. I do appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into it, of course. Take a look at, of course, the next round of matches. In fact, we're going to go back. Take a look at let's take a look back all the way back to, of course, Friday, the 22nd of Jan, as Levante took on Valladolid at home, and they ended up all square in the bloody end, 2-2 final score. I actually with a 2-1 win myself, so it's close, ever so close, but unfortunately no bueno. Ruben Alcazar on the score sheet with Oscar Plano as well. Danny Gomez and Roger Marti getting on the score sheet there to give themselves a share of the spoils. Point split right down the middle. Kicking off further into Saturday, Huesca up against Villarreal. Also went up 0-0, all square there. Nothing to report here. 2-0 for me for Villarreal. Shame on bloody me. Meanwhile, Sevilla did take care of business against Cádiz. Yusuf En-Nesyri with a hat-trick. We're gonna actually take a little look. Who is the top goal scorer at the moment? Yes, En-Nesyri is actually joint top goal scorer alongside Luis Suarez. He got himself 3 goals this past week with a hat-trick. 3-0 in the end. 3-1 final score for me. My picks on the left, the real deal's on the right. But yeah, top goal scorer is, of course, Luis Suarez. Messi's up there in 11 goals, even though he's had a bit of an off-season. Aspas is in there as well. Goodness gracious me. As for the kingpins for the assists, it is Aspas as well. Anyway, let's kick it on further. Sociedad, how did they get on? They actually drew with Betis 2-2 in the end. Actually, with a 2-1 win for my boys. But guess what? It's all falling apart. Sociedad started the season so brightly, and now just hanging on for dear life for Europa League. Alexander Isak on score sheet, Mikel Oyarzabal as well. Sergio Canales and Joachim, again, the veteran, once most expensive footballer in the world, scored an equaliser. How old is he? I'm going to Google it. He must be 40 or at least 39. He is 39. He will be 40 at the end of this season if he sticks around for another year. Wow. Yeah, when he switched to Valencia, I think they paid, yeah, at least the club's most expensive sign, 25 million back to 2006. It kind of had shockwaves around the footballing world. I recall it. Joachim, who was he? I'd never even heard of him at the time. He's a veteran, of course, and a big part of Betis still to the day. Next up, of course, we have Alavés up against Real Madrid. 4-1 win for Real in the end. Casemiro, Benzema with a couple of goals, and Eden Hazard. Joselu get the one goal for Alavés, of course. Joselu, formerly of the Newcastle United, the Geordies. Kicking off further into Sunday's games, Osasuna against Grenada was a 3-1 win for Osasuna. Ante Buldman with a couple of goals there. John Makayolola as well. For Kundo Broncala, got himself sent off though. Luis Suarez, the other one, scored for Granada, but it's too little too late for them. I actually remember the 1-0 win for Granada, but I was wrong. Barcelona with a 2-2 win away from home against Elche. I actually went with a 3-1 win, so not too shabby. Frankie de Jong and Ricky Puki on the score sheet for Barcelona. Sneak peek there, boys. Not too shabby. Celta Vigo against Eibar was a score draw in the end, 1-1. But Mendes on the score sheet with Brian Gill on the score sheet for Eibar. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Celta Vigo, so I got that one wrong. Kicking off further, of course, the leaders, runaway leaders at the moment. Atletico Madrid 3-1 win over Valencia. João Felix, Luis Suarez, and Angel Correa Herrera, Urias Racic on the score sheet for Valencia, but too little too late for them. In fact, they opened up the scoring on that one, but again, wrong. I went with the 3-0 win, not too shabby, but the big winners, or the big goals on the day, was Atlético Bilbao. Bilbao took on Getafe on Monday. It was a 5-1 win for Bilbao. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Bilbao, so not too shabby. Raul Garcia with a couple of goals there, Yari Alvarez, Alex Boenguga, Oscar Di Marcos as well, with Marc Cucuruella on the score sheet for Getafe as Bilbao won. Goodness gracious me. So, of course, as you can see, I got myself 5 out of 10, which is okay. It's not brilliant, but of course it'll do. The table looks like this as it stands. Atletico Madrid lead the charge by 7 points with a game in hand. It's theirs to bloody lose. Only lost once this season. Real Madrid, Barcelona and Sevilla make up your top 4. Villarreal, Sociedad in that discussion as well. As the foot of the table, Huesca, Elche and Alavés going down as it stands, of course. Let's take a look at, of course, your picks out in the prediction league. Of course, you still could participate even if you're joining midway through the season. 3, your shit-faced game. 4 to 6, straight-faced club. And 7+, you're in the top bins. Kick it all off, it will be Matt Goddard. He did bits. Gaming Charlie, not too shabby either. James BCFC are great, and you are in fact great. Look at that. Ojo, well done to you, of course. Kicking ass, sticking in. Leif even did bits as well. Tom Stainer, you're also very, very good, of course. Amaji Monday, also very, 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 very good this week, and I believe it's a legitimate call as well. Yannick Bustler also did. I did okay. Alan MC, not too shabby. Jack Mnungare, he's okay. And Ultra Owen Murat, well done to you. You're in the corner, buddy. You're in the bloody corner. Meanwhile, Russell Frost, well done to you, of course. Kicking ass, of course. Alex Weather did bits. Ivan Stringer did poop. Costas K, he's okay. Barcelona also did good. Jonathan Liu, you're not poo, but you're good. Vincent Ong also did great. Well done, well done. Of course, Omar Escobar also did very, very well. The Mexican sniper, of course, Shader Don also did good. And Hans Worst, he is not the worst. He's okay, of course. Let's take a look at, of course, if your name is Ivan Stringer, just don't look at. Did I have 2 reds? Hang on a minute. Did I not have 2 reds? I don't think I did, actually, looking back. So your name is Ivan Stringer. Close your bloody eyes, mate. Close your bloody eyes. As for the rest of yours, you got 5. You did all right. You actually did okay, just like me. I'm in there as well. But, of course, on Magic Monday, legitimately smashed it out of the park. Vincent Hong and, of course, James BCFC are great. Did very, very well as well in the top 2 or 3 there. And then chasing back with 6. But what's that done to the overall leaderboard? Well, it's actually put a bit of air between, of course, the leader on Magic Monday and Hans Worst, of course. At least 3 points gained this week, at the very least. Ober Esquivel is down into 3rd. So yeah, a lot of work to do, boys. A lot of work to do. Get your grip, get your prediction heads on, and of course, let's make this a competition and not a sprint, because Magic Monday is running away with it. Let's make it feisty. Let's get into it, of course, to kick it all off with the Friday's games, or this weekend's games actually. Kicking it all off on Friday, the 29th of January. Valladolid against Huesca. Let's take a look at it. Of course, played each other 15 times past, 6 wins apiece and 3 bloody draws. Of course, with the last 6, 3 for Valladolid, 2 for Huesca, and 1 draw. Last time around in Huesca was in fact that draw. It was a 2-2 draw. That was back in October this year, this season, of course. But of course, last time in Valladolid was a 1-0 win for Valladolid back in October 2018. Ruben Alcazaz on the score sheet. Heading into this, though, Huesca have actually failed to win their last 17 away matches, and they've also failed to score their last 4. Coming into this, of course, Valladolid just 1 defeat past 5 in all comps. That 1 defeat was against Valencia, of course. 2 wins and 2 draws to boot in that cluster. On the flip side, 5 defeats in the past 6 games. The only positive for Villarreal. The only positive for Huesca was a draw against Villarreal, and that was, of course, just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 11-8 for Valladolid, 11-5 is draw, 11-5 is also your Huesca. Valladolid are stone cold favourites on this one. And when I say stone cold, narrowly favourites. They actually come into this in 16th. If you win for them, they could actually go as high as 12th. As for Huesca, they come into this in 20th, and win for them, they'll remain in 20th no matter what. Going with Valladolid with this one with a 1-0 win to take it to the bank. Next up, Eibar taking on Sevilla, of course. Let's get into it. Played each other 20 times past. 5 wins for Eibar, 9 wins for Sevilla, and 6 draws. Over the last 6, 3 for Eibar, 2 for Sevilla, and 1 bloody draw. Last round in Eibar was a 3-2 win for Eibar. That's back in September 2019. Fabian Oriela on the scoresheet, Pedro Leon and Cote on the scoresheet for Eibar. Lucas Ocampos and Oliver Torres on the scoresheet for Sevilla. They did play in Sevilla back in October, of course, and it was a 1-0 win for Eibar again. Goodness gracious me. Eibar have actually failed to win 9 last 10 matches at home, but they come into this actually without a win in 4 in all competitions. It's 3 defeats and a draw to boot. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Sevilla. That 1 defeat was against Athletic Atletico Madrid in the league back on the 12th of Jan. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. We have Eibar 31-10 for the victory. Even Stevens for Sevilla 21-10 is also your draw. Eibar come into this, of course, in 15th and win for them. They could go as high as 12th. Sevilla come into this in 4th and win for them. They could go as high as 3rd in the table above Barcelona in the process. I've gone with a 2-0 win for Sevilla on the road. Get the 3 points and move on. Next up, Real Madrid up against Levante. They played each other in the past 31 times, 23 wins for Real Madrid, 3 draws and 5 wins for Levante. Of course, but the last 6, we have 3 wins for Madrid, 2 for Levante and 1 draw. Last round in Madrid, it was a 3-2 win for Madrid back in September 2019. Karim Benzema with a couple of goals, Casemiro as well. Borja and Gonzalo Murielo on the score sheet for Levante. They played each other in Levante back in October. Of course, it was a 2-0 win as well for Madrid Junior and Benzema on the score sheet as well. Madrid winning 13 of the last 15 matches at home. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 4. Levante have actually failed to win the last 8 on the road, but they come into this unbeaten in the last 5 in all competitions, of course, winning 3, drawing 2, just 1 win the past 4 games for Real Madrid. That one was against CD Alavés just the other day. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. 3-1 on for Real Madrid, 92 is draw, 32 is your Levante. Levante come into this, of course, in 12th, and with them they could go as high as 9th. Real Madrid come into this in 2nd, and they'll remain 2nd. Pretty much a draw or more, and they will remain 2nd no matter what. I've gone with, of course, Real Madrid with a 3-0 win comfortably in the end. Valencia taking on Elche, of course, this weekend on Saturday. Played each other 47 times in the past, 22 wins for Valencia, 14 wins for Elche, and 11 bloody draws. But the last 6, 3, in fact, last 5, 3 for Valencia, 2 for Elche, no draws. Last round in Valencia was a 3-1 win for Valencia. That's back in 2014. Shaka Mustafi on the score sheet with Daniel Pareado, David Lomban on the score sheet with a big fat OG. Jonathas got himself, that's a cool name. Jonathas got the honour to go for Elche. They played in Elche earlier in the season back in October. It was a 2-1 win for Elche, Josan and Fidel on the score sheet with Tony Lato as well for Valencia. Heading into this though, Elche failing to win the last 13 matches, whereas Valencia have also failed to win 10 of the last 11 matches as well. They've also, Elche conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3. Coming into this though, just 1 defeat the past 5 for Valencia. That 1 defeat was against Atletico Madrid the other day in the league, whereas there's just been 1 win in the past 6 games for Elche, and that was in the cup as well against a lower league side. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. We have a 13-8 for Valencia. No, it's nailed on favourites. 40-5 is your 92 is your away win. I say 13-8 on, just to get that into your, make sure you know what I'm talking about. Valencia come into in 14th. A win for them, they could go 12th. Elche come into this, of course, in 19th, but a win for them, they could actually go above Valencia all the way up to 14th in the table. I've gone with Valencia with a 2-1 win to take the bank and the 3 points and everything. Next we have a fruity one. Villarreal up against Sociedad. Played each other in the past 43 times. 18 wins for Villarreal, 11 wins for Sociedad, 14 bloody draws. But the last 6, see 3 for Villarreal, 2 for Sociedad, and 1 draw. Last round in Villarreal was a 2-1 win for Sociedad. That was right back in July in lockdown 2020. William Jose, now a Wolves man, Diego Lorente as well. Serti Cazorla getting the 1 goal for Villarreal. They played each other back in Sociedad, of course, back in November. It was a 1-1 draw. Gerard Mourinho and Mikel Oyarzabal, both from penalty spots, both for their respective clubs. Villarreal undefeated in the last 11 home matches, as Sociedad have actually failed to win 9 last 10 matches in La Liga. They come into this just 1 win the past 5 for Sociedad. That was against Cordoba in the Spanish Cup, whereas Villarreal unbeaten in the last 5, picked up 3 wins, 2 draws to boot in, of course, all competitions. Look at the bookies odds. 11-8 for Villarreal, 21-10 is your Sociedad, 9-4 is the draw. Villarreal are in 5th. A win for them, they could go 3rd. Sociedad are in 6th. A win for them, they could go 5th. I like Sociedad, my boys, and they will always be my boys, but they're not gonna win this one. They're having a bad rut. Right now, and unfortunately they're not getting. And they lost Jose as well, big loss. Getafe taking on Alavés this week. Of course, played 27 times in the past. 10 wins for Alavés, 7 wins for Getafe, and 10 bloody draws. But the last 6, he's 1 for Getafe. It's actually 1 for Getafe, 1 for DPW Alavés, and 4 bloody draws, including a draw last round in Getafe. It was a 1-1 draw back in August 2019. George Molina on the score with Joselu getting the goal for Alavés. They also played each other back in September this season. It was a 0-0 draw as well. It's actually been 3 draws on the spin. Actually, just Getafe unbeaten against Alavés at the last 5 occasions. DPW Alavés have lost their last 4 though, heading into this, conceding at least 2 goals in the last 4. Of course, just 1 win the past 6 games even for Alavés. That 1 win was against DPW La Coruña in the Cup. 1 defeat the past 3 though for Getafe. Of course, a defeat last round against Bilbao, and a big one prior to that, back-to-back wins over Elche and Huesca. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Into Sunday's games, Getafe 5-4 on for the victory, 23-10 is draw, 15-4 is your Alavés. Alavés come into this, of course, in the relegation zone. Win for them, they could actually go as high as 14th. Getafe down to 13th now themselves. A win for them, they could go as high as 9th in the table. Am I right in 9th? Yes, I am. 9th. I've gone with a home win on this one. Alavés are wobbly. They are wobbly. They could be heading down. Next up, we have Cádiz up against Madrid, of course. Atletico, of course. Played 25 times the best. 5 wins for Cádiz, 15 wins for Atletico, and 5 draws. But the last 6, 1 win for Cádiz, 4 for Atletico, and 1 bloody draw. Last round in Cádiz. In the league was all the way back in 2006. Goodness gracious me. Goal scorer on the day, Lucas Lobolos on the score sheet, and Mattia Kezman. Goodness gracious, that's a blast from the past right there. Kezman on the score sheet. However, they did play each other this season in Madrid. It was a 4-0 win for Madrid. Yao Felix with a couple of goals there, Luis Suarez and Marcos Llorente as well. Atletico have actually won their last 7 matches, scoring at least 2 goals in 6 of those last 7. They come into this, of course, actually in just losing 1 time in the past 5 games. That 1 time was against Cornelia in the Spanish Cup, of course, knocking themselves out. All focusing on the league. On the flip side, just blah blah blah. 2 defeats in the past 6 games for Cádiz, but without a win in 3. That's probably a better stat. Heading into this, of course, the bookies odds 70-2 for Cádiz, 11-4 to draw, and 9-4 on is your Atletico. Atletico coming into this, of course.
Oh yes, and they'll beat the no matter what.
Of course, Cádiz though coming into this in 11th. Of course, hit a wobbly patch, but a win for them. They could go back in as high as 8th. Atletico will get the win with a 3-0 win and a clean sheet. Into the final 3 now. We have Granada up against, of course, a Celta Vigo. Played each other in the past 47 times, 15 wins for Granada, 18 wins for Celta Vigo, and 14 draws. But the last 6 sees 1 for Granada, 4 for Celta Vigo, and 1 bloody draw. Last round at Granada was a 0-0 draw back in February 2020, pre-lockdown that was. Of course, they played each other this season back in Celta Vigo, so a 3-1 win for Celta Vigo. Nolito, Manuel, Baella, Frank Beltran as well. Okay, who got himself sent off. Luis Suarez, the other one, got himself a goal for Granada as well. Heading into this though, Celta Vigo without a win in 5. Granada just 1 defeat the past 4 games. That 1 defeat was against Osasuna just the other day though. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Granada 7-4 for the victory, 11-5 is your draw, 31-20 is your Celta Vigo. Of course, Celta Vigo could come into this in 10th, and over them they could go as high as 7th. Granada are in 7th. Sorry, a win for Celta Vigo in 10th. They could go as high as 8th. Granada are in 7th. A win for them they could go high as 6th. That's Europa. That's Europa, baby. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Granada, get the win. Celta Vigo going on with nothing. Into the final 2 here, we have Barcelona up against Atletico Bilbao. Of course, played each other 210 times, 105 wins for Barcelona, 71 wins for Bilbao, and 34 draws, of course. But the last 6, 2 for Barcelona, 3 for Bilbao, and 1 draw. Last round in the Camp Nou was a 1-0 win for Barcelona back in June 2020 in lockdown. Ivan Rakitic on the score sheet. They played each other back in Bilbao. In fact, they actually just played each other the other day. They've been playing each other quite recently, the past couple of weeks. They played each other twice since the turn of the year. They played each other in the league in Bilbao as a 3-2 win for Barcelona. Of course, that was back on the 6th of Jan. Pedri on the score sheet, Lionel Messi with a couple of goals, Ikenaki Williams with a couple of goals. Also, they played each other in the Cup, and Bilbao had the better of them this time. This time in the Camp Nou, it was a 3-2 win for Bilbao. Oscar de Marcos, Nisa Villabare, and Iñaki Williams on the score sheet. Griezmann with a couple of goals as well. Messi got himself carded, big time card. Of course, heading into this one, Barcelona have actually won the last 4 matches in La Liga, whereas Bilbao have actually failed to win the last 7 on the road. They're coming into this, of course, 4 on the spin though. Bilbao looking pretty shit hot. On the flip side, just 1 defeat past 5 for Barcelona. 1 defeat was against Bilbao indeed in the Cup. Let's take a look at the bookies odds on this one. Bilbao 6-1 for the victory, 54 is your draw, 5-2 is your host, 5-2 on that is Barcelona. Barcelona coming into this, of course, in 3rd. A win for them, they could actually go 2nd in the table. Bilbao are in 9th. A win for them, they could go as high as 8th in the league. I've gone with a 3-1 for Barcelona. Get back to winning ways, and again, put the Bilbaos to bed. And wrap it up. It'll be Betis up against Osasuna. I think this is on Monday. Played each other in the past 70 times. 34 wins for Betis, 24 wins for Osasuna, and 12 draws. But the last 6, 5 for Betis, nothing for Osasuna, and 1 bloody draw. Last round in Osasuna. Last round in Betis was a 3-0 win for Betis back in July. In lockdown, 3-0 win for Betis. Giagundo Rodriguez, Alfonso Padaza, and Charles Aliena on the score sheet for Betis. Of course, they played each other in Osasuna back in December. It was a 2-0 win for Betis as well. Betis unbeaten in the last 6 games, in fact, over Osasuna. Osasuna have actually failed to win their last 9 on the road. They're coming into this, though, just 1 defeat past 5. 1 defeat is, of course, against Grenada, whereas Betis look very, very good at the moment, winning 4 of the past 5 games. The only hiccup was a draw against Sociedad just the other day. That's in all competitions as well. Looking ahead on this, bookies odds 20-19 on Villarreal. Betis 12-5 draw, 29-10 is your Osasuna. Osasuna coming into this in 17th, and win for them, they could actually go as high as 14th. Whereas Betis are actually in 8th, and a win for them, they could go as high as 7th in the bloody league. Betis will take the win, take the 3 points, and keep on smiling and keep on believing. Of course, but the table will look like this if I'm bloody well right. I think it is. Yes, Atletico Madrid, of course, 50-point barrier for them. Real Madrid, Bilbao, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Sevilla make up your top 4. Villarreal and Sociedad, as you were. Down the foot of the table, it's pretty much as you were as well. Alavés, Elche, and Huesca. But no major gain down there. No major gain for a lot of them. Maybe, just maybe. I think Valladolid making some headway. But that's what I think will happen out in matchday number 21. I think out in La Liga. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for that. And of course, be sure to check back with me. Of course, bang the old thumbs up, bang the subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Check out the links down below: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. All of those. And of course, if you want to support the channel in another way, you could become the latest member of the Patreon gang. But that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'll see you all next time around. Of course, next week, more games coming right around the corner. Until then, though, be safe, and I'll see you